AITA for withdrawing permission to use modeling photos? I, 23 female, have a friend Bethany, 31 female. She makes clothing for a store in my town. She makes really nice women's loungewear, like camisoles, baby dolls, bralettes, panties, etc. 3 months ago she called to ask a favor. She wants to expand and sell online. She asked if I'd model her stuff for pictures she could use on the site. I said yes, I'd be happy to help. I get to her place and I change into her clothes. These are more revealing than her other stuff. Before they were silk or satin with lace, always solid. This is all lace and thin, transparent fabric. I bring it up, she says that she's trying new things to widen her market. Most of your face will be cropped out and we'll just show you in the clothes. I agree and we continue. Afterwards we review the photos. They're really good. I don't think I've ever looked that good. Some photos were more revealing than I was prepared for. She said that those shots, mainly transparent or wet clothes and imperfections, would be removed in editing. She showed me another shoot she did with paid models and they were fine, so I said okay and left. She's been busy setting up everything and we hadn't spoken, but she finally emailed me the site. The photos are still revealing, if not more so, and showcase the sexiness. My face is in them. I'm surprised, but she said it was fine and that she'd replace my photos as new things came out. She'll fix it and I don't have to model again. Last night I walked by the store downtown and I see a near naked me in the window. I call Bethany to ask what the FCK, she tells me the photo is too cute not to use, she didn't put it on the site but she couldn't let it go to waste. She tells me that my feelings are normal but I should be proud of how beautiful I am, she'd do it herself if she could, and sales have SPK'd in the week since it went up. A whole week. I'm livid. I tell her no, it's not okay, and she has to remove all my pictures from everything, including the site. She says point blank that that's not how it works. She paid for the pictures, I agreed to this, the contract was implied by me getting my pictures taken and she could use them if she wanted. I hang up. The guy I'm with says that I'm overreacting, the pictures are great, I look really SI and that it's not a bad thing. I get a text from Bethany later that she's sorry but I'm being emotional. If I made her take down my pictures it'd ruin her, she's thousands deep on credit cards into expanding. I'm young, all models feel like this and I need to learn to deal. I'm not a model, I'm trying to be a working professional. I'm mad but also genuinely conflicted. AITA for ruining my friendship and her business because I have cold feet about my pictures being seen? Update, thank you everyone who responded. My concerns when I posted were that I was being overly emotional/critical in demanding that my friend Bethany, 31F, remove any photos of me, 23F, wearing her lingerie from her website and storefront. The response here was unanimous that I was not. All the law talk was a little confusing, but I was just relieved to know that I wasn't being a BTCH. I spoke to a lawyer. He said, no, she had no implied right to the photos. Because this was not art but commerce, a model release had to be in place for legal ownership and rights to the photos to pass to Bethany from the photographer. It would be up to Bethany to prove that she had rights, which she would have to go to court for. That could go either way, so it'd be better to resolve it between us. He offered to draw up any documents or file anything I needed, just to let him know. Then I went to the storefront to speak to the owner. The poster in the window was already taken down. She had received a call from the city that some complaints had been made that the photo was up in public view. She decided it wasn't worth the hassle and took it down. I have the poster now. I talked to the photographer next. He said that he was under the impression that the model release was in place. He sold his rights to the photos as a cost of the shoot. Without any release, he agreed to not deliver any more photos to Bethany. He still had about 200 to edit. He showed me the cropped and photoshopped photos as well. Bethany was correct that the altered photos did not work. It's difficult to Photoshop see-through lace, allegedly. I texted Bethany and asked if we could meet. She said she was hoping I'd reach out again. We set a time and place. When we met up, she immediately apologized for being tough on me, that she was wrapped up in her business and didn't think about anything else. I accepted her apology, then told her what the lawyer said. Her lawyer said something similar, but she brought along a release in case I wanted to sign it. I told her I would think about it. We talked about our friendship and agreed that it was likely over. We spoke for a long time. She apologized again and asked that I stay in touch. She would send me an offer for a signed release. Overall, not a huge blow-up or legal battle. Just someone with tunnel vision about their passion. Still, it woke me up to some realities that I was ignoring when I moved here. I still have decisions to make about staying or going, where to go, home or Cali, how I make friends and what I value. All this has shaken me badly and I'm scared. I figured out early that men were doing things for me because they wanted to sleep with me, and that was jarring, but this was the first time a woman has taken advantage of me because of how I look. I'm questioning a lot of my life. It's a lonely thing to realize that you don't have allies anywhere. Well, that's it. Thanks again, sorry it didn't end in a more exciting way. Edit, got the offer. It's low. Said no. All done. Going back and reading, it's funny to me that you can see me progressively get drunker with responses lol. Story 2. AITA for not bringing supplies to my friend anymore? I, 19 meters, have known my best buddy, 19 meters, since we were babies. We grew up next door, went to the same school together in our tiny town, went into the same sport and became rivals. I'm not proud to admit, but once we were in high school I became a real jerk to him and said some awful things. Mostly because he was better at the sport than me and I was insecure. He ended up leaving town after graduation and no one knew where he was. I don't think it's all because of me, but yeah, I might have been part of the reason. He cut contact with everyone including his mom. He was missing for months and everyone was worried. I really wanted to apologize to him, but no one could reach him. Then some kid from town was out exploring and spotted him living in a run-down house on a mountainside about 2 hours from town. I was super happy to hear he was okay. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I went up the mountain to visit him. He was surprised to see me, but he was also very happy. We caught up and I finally got a chance to apologize to him. It was like old times and we rekindled our friendship even better than before. When I first visited, I saw he didn't really have much to eat or drink up there, so I started making a trip to bring him supplies every other month. It's close by, but hard to get up there. There's no road to drive up there, so I have to walk for a few hours. But it's been a year now and I'm getting kind of tired of it. His mom cries about missing him all the time, she can't make the trip up. I missed a month because I got sick and then had to make up work days. He was kind of annoyed about it and snapped at me because he was running low on supplies, but I'm getting annoyed that he insists on living up there. I told him he's hurting his other friends and family by keeping his reclusive life and he needs to stop being so selfish and come back to society. It was hurting me that he wasn't taking care of himself. He looks like CRP and I always worry about what shape he'll be in when I arrive next. I also told him I was getting sick of going up a mountain every 2 months. He told me he didn't ask me to and I was the one who volunteered to do it. I told him fine, I would stop because I didn't want to enable him to keep living away from everyone, and I haven't been back up the mountain since. I feel really bad. Everyone in town is telling me I should resume bringing him supplies and the gifts they make for him because everyone knows when my trip is coming up. He's kind of a local hero from our sports days. They're saying I'm being a jerk, but I just want him to come back or at least move to somewhere more hospitable, and I feel like if I continue bringing him stuff he won't. Small update, I went to celebrate NY with some of my friends. I'm trying to convince them to do a group visit with me in a few weeks. I told them the only way I'd go back up again is if some of them came with me. I didn't really want to go again, but I will if other people are with me. I'm hoping that if they go once they'll take the initiative and start visiting by themselves too. Or better yet, we can all convince him to come down. They seemed vaguely open to it, but I'm not sure if it's we want to do this or just humoring me to shut me up. Update, I did end up going back up the mountain with my friends, but like I said I didn't bring supplies. We all tried to talk to him to come down, but he refused. I was pretty disheartened, but he made his choice and so had I. I told him I wouldn't be back, but if he ever wanted to come down my door was always open to him. About a month later I was surprised when there was a knock on my door and I opened it and it was him. He was so thin and dirty, but seeing him off the mountain made me happy. I got him cleaned up and now he's staying with me. I was a bit surprised that he didn't want to go home to his mom, but he told me I was the only one who made an effort to be there for him when he was acting unreasonable and that he wanted to stay with me if that was okay. So yeah, he's living with me now and who knows what the future holds? Edit, thanks for all the comments. I see a lot of you are concerned that I'm not going to be able to set boundaries with him, or that he's going to mooch off of me. You don't have to worry. My grandpa set me up with a really good job at the local gym in our town and I'm making good money and living by myself. I have enough to support the both of us for now and really I don't mind him staying indefinitely. Giving him a safe space to recover is all I want for him right now and we can worry about the rest later. We got him set up with a therapist online that will be seeing him twice a week and I'm hoping it will help him. I may be a little over my head when it comes to mental health issues. I don't know how to help him myself and I don't know when to ask him questions or when to back off. I don't want to make things worse and I'm a bit scared to talk to him about the past. But hopefully the therapist can help him. I also urged him to call his mom. He claimed he will sometime this week.